Hi, I'm Bruce Montgomery. I'm the chairman of the planning board here in Westwood. Our family moved here in 1998, and I soon was appointed to the Finance Commission. I was on there for, I believe, about 7 years, and I've been on the planning board now for about 6 years. And it's been a real pleasure to become a member of the community here and enjoy the people and the things we've been able to accomplish. Activity at University Station began in June with site mobilization, and the first thing is to lay out and start building Rosemont Ave to allow the development of the sites for Wegmans and the residential units. Well, they're doing the preliminary neighborhood pre-blasting surveys and process, and the layout of Rosemont Ave, which has to be put in to prepare the site pads for the first development. The approval for the core development area was done at town meeting, so the developer is clear to move ahead, but one significant event recently that was not so much in the public eye because it was a private matter of an agreement between the developer and Canton. And it was a very sticky issue in the last time we tried to develop the area. So it was just recently signed and made official that Canton is going to get traffic mitigation done by the developer that has enabled them to agree to allow the necessary steps on the Canton, in the Canton area with the new development. As far as the residential development, that's one of the first sites that pads will be delivered to the people constructing it. So we expect construction to be ongoing next year with possible occupancy in 2015 is my best guess. But I'd also say, I don't know how many times your contractors have ever finished a job on time that you've had them working on your house. So construction is a complicated process that often has delays or changes. Some reasons you could have delays or changes are, unforeseen circumstances during the blasting process that's necessary to prepare the pads. So I know they're anxious to get things up and built there, so we have confidence in the developer. As far as the occupancy of the apartments and leasing, there are affordable units that are being built in to keep the town in compliance with the state required minimums, and so there will be a process to make those available. The planning board meetings over the last year or so, we've had a very, very busy schedule. So when I'm asked whether we're going to slow down our meetings, have fewer, my only answer could be yes, please. I was recently voted chair of the board. I've been on it now for, I think, 7 years, and it's been a real pleasure to work with the people who developed and proposed and on the town side, that is, that have worked, began when I was actually on the Finance Commission, that the zoning was changed to redevelop University Station area. And it's just been a real pleasure to work with the people who have made this process go forward and work, and the previous chairs of the board. So it's really my task now to help move some of the final details through the process, and then there will be an approval process for any development done outside of the core development area. My years of managing the Comcast Center in Mansfield has put me on the other side of the table of the planning board many times, and that really has given me a perspective of what it is like. When I'm sitting now on the other side of the table, I can understand what it's like to be in front of a board and understand how many different things that come before the board, and the interests of the individual proponent is a complex arrangement. Yeah, WestCat has really been helpful. Of course, my kids get a kick sometimes seeing it, but it's really been important and helpful. WestCat has helped to keep the board's process transparent and very accessible to all people through the rebroadcasts of the meetings. It's interesting that you know, we had a very overwhelming vote at town meeting to approve the project, but it was interesting that the times leading up to that, how many people would say, how come they're not building, isn't it all set, when we really still had a lot of process to go through. So it's nice to be on the other side of that and have a really fine project laid out that we believe is going to be a big benefit to the town and the region. I really want to thank WestCat for allowing this opportunity to get more information out to the public and encourage people to follow the process and participate where appropriate. And just want to thank you, WestCat, once again for your coverage of all of our meetings and allowing people to have access by just going online and viewing the stream of the meetings. So Bruce Montgomery here, thanking you all for watching this informational program and encourage you to keep track of the activities of our planning board as we move forward.